Get the sawdust off you. Hey guys, so this is that video I wanted to post of that vase that I made. Just another little project for Backup Dream, something different than the drones, but still fun, still interesting. And also, this goes out to you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. The gift, I obviously was inspired by you to make it and want to make you something nice, you know, from the heart that wasn't shelf bought, something that was different. So I don't know how it's going to turn out now. I have an idea of how it's going to turn out, so let's hope it turns out. You can see my kind of, you know, I don't know what you call that, African engineered or ghetto rig table saw. Just using the skill saw and the miter saw, trying to make the best cuts we can with clamps and a straight edge. But so the effect we're going for is stacking these. You can see I've made a center on this. We're going to use, I'll get into that in a second, but we're going to center these. We're going to drill a hole all the way through them, and that's going to be where the vase is going to sit. And then all these lines, we're going to draw different shapes and designs to try to contour and make a wave or something interesting, some kind of abstract looking thing. Hopefully it works, right? So this is the vase. It's 3.5 inches wide, so it's rather big. That's what she said. So as you can see, it's going to fit right there in the center after we drill all the way through. Now I'm going to have the bottom one will be fully closed. There'll be no hole in the bottom one. So as you can see, I've still got quite a ways to go. Luckily we have enough wood for this. I think we'll have just enough. But we got a hole saw, matches up perfectly. It's gonna look real nice when it's done, I think. I say so. Why not? Let's give it a shot. So back to work. Cue the music. So, John with Backup Dream here. We're continuing on that Mother's Day project that we started a little bit ago with the veneers of construction plywood and 3/4 inch. We got all of our templates cut out, and I kind of stacked them all on the vase and kind of twisted them a little bit and marked them all with a pencil. You can see we marked this line here, and we also made some tracing here on every single veneer, so we know exactly just where we're going to be when we start gluing this thing together, which is what we're doing now. Just using Gorilla wood glue. I got some big long clamps here. You can see we'll clamp it all together and let it sit overnight. I'm kind of interested to see the top piece. I went ahead and put the jigsaw at an angle and cut an angle opening at the top of the vase where the vase sits inside. So something I just kind of came up with at the end. I think it's going to turn out a little different, a little more plains to sand, which will give some contour in that plywood. So we'll see some more color and things like that. So hopefully that works out. Let's do a quick time lapse of gluing all this shit together, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. So here she is in all her glory. I did do a little bit of staining. For stain, we used the wood finish Midwax. So this is the stain we used. It's called Colonial Maple 223. Directions say leave it on for a couple minutes before you wipe it off. This stain actually went on for a couple seconds, and then I wiped it off. I didn't want to leave it on there too long. I wanted to get just a little bit of contrast, not too dark. I had to bore out the hole so the vase would slide in and out nice and easy. It's still not completely finished yet. I've got to actually stain on the inside down in there. But I liked what I did with the top. It came all the way in here. You know, this wood used to come all the way out here. And I just brought that grinder in and just kept sanding it. Like I said, went all the way down to 400 grit. This is as smooth as glass now. Came out really nice. Everywhere I went as smooth as I could. Sanded it a few times, even did one stain coat, sanded it again, and did another stain coat. One thing I don't like is I cut with a jigsaw all those pieces, and I get these little holes from the plywood where it started to separate. You can see them here. But other than that, I thought it gave some character, so I wasn't too bummed out about it. I did start to round the bottom because I wanted there to be some. Kind of lip. So around the whole bottom, I brought it up just to kind of give that floating illusion. And then this is one of my favorite parts. So I made these little fins, I guess you could say, on every veneer. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I honestly thought that I was going to end up grinding this whole thing smooth, but it turned out pretty good. I'm going to do a couple coats of this, maybe 3 or 4 actually. I really want this thing to shine. I want it to be just real nice and glossy. You get all sorts of cool lines. Everything turns out looking really cool. I would highly recommend spending the time to do it because it's not difficult. And you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know how I could have done better, how I could have done worse. Happy Mother's Day to the mom. I'm sure she'll be happy. We've got the poly, got our brushes. We're using that 400 grit again. You can see there. And it works out nice. It really does. It's got a good shine to it. This is the second coat now. And we'll show you some more images of that up close. And we're going to try to go for a third, see how it looks.